an athlete who's really talented and who could make money on their own using their name, their image, and likeness apart from their institution making money, the NCAA says to them, no, you cannot use your talent to run a quarterback camp in the summer for 10 to 11-year-olds. You can't be the entrepreneur that we encourage other non-athlete students to be. Most of these college athletes are not from well-off families. So, we have to say to the NCAA, this is unfair. You're supposed to be an athlete protection educational organization, and you're doing just the opposite.
Many of these athletes are as popular or as marketable as they ever will be during their college athletics career, yet they cannot profit off that.
It's important to remember that female athletes can have really key moments in their collegiate career that come and go. A good example is Caitlin Ohashi, and viral videos or performances or competitions. Ohashi was not able to profit from the height of her popularity based on her talent and wildly popular gymnastics routine because of outdated NCAA rules.
There's very little objectivity and there's very little compromise. And so I think that needs to be prioritized, because I think that is going to help everything else. You talk about name, image, and likeness. Well, if you understand your student athletes and you understand what the NCAA is saying, you're going to come to a decent compromise. But if you sit there and say, well, the student athletes don't know what we're doing, they're given the scholarship, then you're going to get student athletes who are going to say, well, okay, we're not going to play.
If they want to do something with their publicity rights, with their nil rights, then they can do that with third parties. They're not the university, but they can make money by becoming influencers on social media, and they can make money by going to a local automobile dealership on Sunday and signing autographs or whatever it might be. That doesn't make them a professional football player any more than it makes an economics student a professional economist to be an influencer on social media.
Everybody around the athletes is making a nice income. And the people who do the work and suffer the injuries, aren't able to make any money from it.
Disappointed with regard to what some of our federal and state legislators are doing in terms of putting guardrails, on name, image, and likeness legislation. But I've been incredibly hopeful by the work of the Drake Group, not just internally, but as an organizing entity, in terms of trying to bring people together.
With, less than 6 states passing legislation and more coming to be. But I think right now that needs to come to a head, and I think things need to become more uniform in that regard very, very soon.
It's important to remember it's not pay for play. It's employment opportunities for college athletes. It does not affect an institution's obligations under long-standing federal legislation for a school to comply with Title IX. It's their own identity. The college shouldn't own that as well. And that's essentially what's at the heart of this legislation.
I like a sort of an Olympic model where you don't actually get paid to play, but you can get paid from talking to the media or doing a commercial or modeling clothes or advertising hockey sticks or whatever the case may be, or teaching a class in your a workshop in your sport, those kinds of things.
In scholarly literature, it's been the case that all of the estimates for how much a top football player, one of the say five stars on a football team in the Big Ten or Pac-12 or SEC, what have you, one of the top 5 players or one of the top 5 basketball players, these guys are generating over $1 million a year in value. And what are they getting back? They're getting back a scholarship that has maybe $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 retail tag on it.
College athletes should have the same opportunity to profit as every other college student does in outside employment contracts. And this new evolution in college sport, which will go into an effect in 2021, I believe it will continue to evolve well beyond that, which makes a voice like those in the Drake Group even more important during this time and beyond.